what is literacy first? And what does it mean to be literate? Because I think when we think of that word, we think of the ability to read. We don't think of
Correct.
the larger picture of what literacy really is. And so I'd like you to kind of start with that as a
Sure.
basis for our discussion tonight.
Sure, absolutely. Well, and you're right. There is that very conventional definition of literacy, the ability to read and write.
Mm-hmm.
That's correct. I mean, that is what most of us think of when we think of literacy.
Mm-hmm.
But we all have different levels of literacy. I mean, even if you do read and write, some of us are avid readers and reread, and we enjoy it. Others, it's a struggle.
Exactly.
Right? I mean, it's just even your personality types and what you enjoy doing. Some people just are not readers. And so our children are that way as well. And there are some kids that they may never become completely in that conventional term literate. I'm a real advocate for a lot of the technology that can be out there to help kids learn to read and to read for them, so that they have access to the knowledge without having to decode and comprehend and all of those things. That's a whole different presentation. But everybody has their own personal literacy. And I think that's the same for many of our children that struggle to learn how to read for whatever reason that might be. Literacy can be as basic as understanding the concepts of print, what we use print for. Pictures can be using literacy. If you think about going out, and if you need to go to the restroom, right? Literacy means you know which of those symbols indicate where you should go, right? And so we do that to make sure that everybody can understand. If we can't read, the symbols are there. And many of our children that use AAC devices, right, they're still going to use pictures. Pictures are part of their literacy experience. So it's all personal literacy, and there's just, it can be whatever really you want it to be.
That's great. I've never heard that concept, personal literacy, but I do love that concept, because we try to fit it all into one box as this is what being literate is, but it's that broader scope of understanding.
Absolutely.
Helping our children to understand the world they're functioning in and being able to read it, basically, is what you're saying.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And then just even the concept of what is literacy from a book standpoint. Many parents feel as though, I have to have them sitting on my lap and I have to be reading to them. That doesn't have to happen.